Today on Knife Banter, we're talking about Wii knives. And Civivi. Let's talk knives. What's happening, everybody? Today on Knife Banter, we're talking about some Wii knives and some Civivi knives. But first, before you go, stop, don't click away. I think you'll like this. The Wii Civivi holiday sale is going on right now. So if you're watching this video close to its release date, a lot of these knives that you see on the table are going to be on sale. We're gonna be giving you kind of just the as-is everyday price, but if you go on the website, check out some of these knives, chances are they're gonna be on sale, so check that out before you leave. To all of you people that are watching in the future and beyond, I'm sorry, these are probably just regular price. So, yeah, Wii Civivi. Kurt's here. How's it going, Kurt?
What's up, man?
I'm doing good. Are you ready to go through this knife adventure with me?
I am, but I think we should explain to the people what Wii Civivi is and how it's connected but different.
I think that's a great idea. Okay, so Wii is kind of the OG original premium brand, and then a few years ago, this brand new brand called Civivi came out. This is kind of the more budget-oriented brand from Wii knives, so you get a little bit less premium materials, but still very high quality workmanship out of the Civivi brand. Both of these brands are fantastic when it comes to fit, finish, quality, all of that type of thing. So that's the difference between these two brands. Same company. Yeah, like you said, same but different.
Same but different, yeah.
Kurt, you got the first knife on the table, and it's a Civivi.
I sure do. I have the Civivi Hooligan. It's a really cool 3-inch D2 blade. You got this burlap micarta, a deep carry pocket clip, liner lock. It is a 3-finger knife for me. My pinky kind of just goes back on this nubbin. A little nubbin. Let's see, weight, 3.24 ounces. That's a doozy.
Not terrible.
7 inches all over from tip to tail, and gotta love your name as a hooligan.
Hooligan.
Oh, I bet you're a hooligan, young man.
Just running through some property you're not supposed to as a kid, and some like older gentleman or lady comes out and starts screaming hooligan.
Yeah, hooligans.
Yeah, hooligans.
You a bunch of hooligans.
Exactly. So finger choils on that, are there just 3? It's specifically meant for 3 fingers then?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think you're fitting any finger up there.
Yeah, so depending on finger size, that could work really well for you, or it could not work really well for you. So.
Works well for me.
Works well for you. Love it. Civivi Hooligan. How much is that?
That goes for $55 on the website.
So that's one thing you're going to notice with a lot of these.
Prices may vary.
Yes, that is true. And also check the holiday sale, because it might be cheaper. I don't know. I actually really don't know. So. Price-wise, so that's going to be kind of the bread and butter range when it comes to Civivi knives. It's right around that $50-ish.
Right.
There's some that go over that. There's some that go under that. But you're going to get a very high-quality knife for somewhere in that ballpark.
Definitely.
So next knife, I don't think it's any surprise to anybody that the Elementum made its way onto the table. I have quite a few of them here. So let's just jump right into the Elementum. This is the base model Elementum. I'll get to some of these a little bit later, but the base model goes for $50.15, and that's just your black G10, your satin blade, D2 blade, all that fun stuff. So this is 6.99 inches. Overall, you have a 2.96 inch blade. Again, it's D2 blade in a drop point configuration. You kind of have this G10 layered thing over these stainless steel scales. And it comes in at 2.89 ounces. This knife sells like hotcakes. We featured it a ton on the site. I know we have a lot of fans here. I'm a fan. Kurt, I know you own a few.
Yep.
It's just a fantastic little EDC for $50. The cool thing about Civivi in general, and especially with the Elementum, is you get a ton of variation when it comes to the specific models, right? So if you look at some of these Civivi models, this is just a taste of what you could get in the Elementum range. So you can get like a micarta satin, you have a carbon fiber Damasteel version, don't quote me on that, Damascus, we'll just say Damascus, carbon fiber Damascus version. You have versions that have black blades and wood handles. You have D2 blades, you have S35 blades, you have natural G10, you have all sorts of different colors. Like, there are so many Elementums on the site that you can choose from. It's crazy.
Copper and brass.
Yeah. So do you have a copper or a brass one?
I have a brass with a black blade, yep.
Do you have just the base model one as well?
I do.
How many Elementums do you have?
I have 2.
Okay. So not quite as many as the bug outs, but you have.
No.
That's more than me. I actually don't own an Elementum, but I have carried one pretty extensively in the past, so I am quite familiar. So that's the Elementum. Again, the base model is $50.15, and then they go up from there depending on handle material, blade material, all of that fun stuff.
I've got the next one. This is the Civivi Baklash. This knife is really cool, and the ergos fit my hand really well. I really like this knife in my hand. It's got a 3.5-inch blade, 8 inches overall, 9 CR18 MOV steel, so a budget steel, but you get G10, you got this blue liners, which is really cool accent, and a deep carry pocket clip with the blue liner as the liner lock.
I kind of like those blue accent liner things I got. They're kind of an interesting shade of blue. Here's
what I think they really do for the knife. They dress it up a little bit. So you can still have a budget knife for a good price. This one's $42.50. You can have a knife like this for $40, but then you get a little flash in the light and you see that blue and it's a little extra fancy. At least for me, my perspective is it kind of blings it up a little bit, you know? But yeah, this is a great knife. The Baklash is an awesome one. It's also super popular. Most of the Civivi knives you can get in many different colors and combinations. Just check the website and see what's available.
So I have a question for you. In your personal use, so one thing I'm noticing a lot about these Civivi knives, they come hollow grind. Like, do you have a preference when it comes to like flat grind, hollow grind, that type of thing in your personal EDC?
Not really, just in my like normal rotation. But if I'm like doing a job, then I probably would think more about it. But opening letters, cutting a burrito, I don't know.
No, I'm with you there too, because like I don't know, what do we really do? Like you and I, what do we really do on a daily basis? Like we open boxes, we open packages, we do that type of thing. So
right.
I don't know if it's a huge deal breaker depending on which way you go.
Yeah, no, I honestly like the hollow grinds. They're very slicey, and yeah. I think it's cool to look at because you catch it in the light and it rolls from like light to dark. You get the reflection in it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's fun.
That's one thing I noticed about a lot of these Civivi knives is a lot of them are hologram. Okay. Is it my turn?
It sure is.
Did you get a price on that? I don't know if you said the price.
$42.50.
Maybe I'm just not paying attention.
It's okay. $42.50.
$42.50. Okay. I have the next one, and it's kind of a larger one, but I have the Civivi Asticus. So overall length of 8.81 inches, 3.8 inch blade. You have a D2 blade, which is fairly common among most of the Civivis. G10 handles, and this is the natural G10 variation. You can get it in different colors, and it comes in at 3.88 ounces. This goes for $55.25 on the website, so quite a big knife for not a lot of money. It just kind of follows all of the same Civivi conventions as the everything else we've talked about, right? So you have fantastic action, you got like a buttery smooth lock or liner lock, flipper's great, you got a good deep carry pocket clip, and this one is also hollow ground with an interesting swedge on it. So if you're looking for something a little bit on the larger side from Civivi, this could fit the bill for you. A lot of the knives that we've had on the table are maybe slightly smaller. One thing to know about this knife is it's also quite slender, which I like. I think I tend to be a thinner knife person. I know a lot of people like a little bit more of a hand-filling design, depending on who you are. I like a little bit slimmer design. So if you're looking for something a little bit on the larger side that's a little bit thinner, Civivi Asticus is probably a good option for you. So check that one out.
I do like the Jade G10. And you want to know what I really love about that is if you get Jade, like natural G10 like that, you can dye it any color you want.
Yeah, and we have a great video on how to do that, how to knife, that we did probably, 4 or 5 or so months ago. I don't remember.
Few. Few.
There's a really good resource on how to do that. It's super easy. You can make these light colored scales basically any darker color that you want. So check that out.
Right. All right, I've got the next one, and it is the Cvivi Bullmastiff. Hiya! Now that thing is a hog. Check that thing out, man. Big old cleaver blade. 9 inches overall, 3.8 inch blade. You got your G10 scales that are milled. Has the look of carbon fiber, but it is G10. You got liner lock here and deep carry pocket clip there. It's 9CR steel. It comes in at 5.5 ounces. It's a big knife. Kind of like the Asticus. It's a big knife, but it also has a lot going for it. If you're looking for a pocket cleaver, this is probably one of my favorites that we sell.
That one's surprisingly popular.
Right, right. I'm not personally into cleavers that much, but if I were to have a pocket cleaver, this is the one I would grab just because it feels so big, solid, and it's not overly top heavy, if that makes sense.
I think the cool thing about that one is because you have a lot of weight forward on that blade, like there's a lot of momentum carrying that blade open and it's super smooth.
Oh yeah. Yeah, just like we were talking, Civivi weave, the action's great, the blade centering's perfect, and yeah, it just jumps open.
Also that blade kind of really walks that line between like cleaver and scimitar.
Yeah.
So if you want a pocket scimitar,
yeah,
take a look at the Bullmastiff.
It's pretty close. So yeah, that's the Bullmastiff. It's actually a pretty cool knife, and $56, and you can have a Bullmastiff.
Yeah, like the prices on these Civivis are incredible for the craftsmanship, the tolerances, the materials, and everything that you get for that price. So there are a few brands that do it as well as Civivi does.
I agree.
That's what I'm trying to say. So, okay, I think that's it for Civivi. So
yep.
we're talking about two brands that are the same brand. So we have the Civivi brand, which is kind of that budget line. We're going to walk into the Wee knife category now, and this is kind of the OG, super premium, super high quality workmanship brand that's been around for a while now. So first one on the table, I think you guys might know who designed this. I'm not sure, but probably this is the Wee knife Banter, designed by our good friend Ben Peterson. You've seen him a lot on the videos over the past few years. He unfortunately is not at Blade HQ anymore, but we love him anyway. So this is the Wee knife Banter. It comes in at 6.5 inches overall length, blade length of 2.875 inches. It has a CPM S35 VN steel blade in a spear point configuration, G10 scales. It's 2.61 ounces. And I think there's a lot of cool little fit and finish touches on this knife that make it just a fantastic EDC. So I think the first feature that I enjoy on this knife is the pocket clip. This is a little bit of a departure from like your standard Wee pocket clip. They do a lot of like milled titanium types things. This is just a fantastic, simply designed pocket clip. It is not reversible. It keeps the design aesthetic a little bit cleaner that way. But if you're a left-handed person, I'm sorry. It is not reversible.
He's sorry.
You're gonna be sorry.
Some other things, you have this cool black thumb stud, which I think is a nice touch. And I may be going out on a limb here, but I'm just gonna say it. This knife has the best action for a thumb stud actuating knife on the market, period. I'm gonna say it.
Now that's a bold statement.
It is a bold statement. I have handled, I work at Blade HQ, so I've handled a few knives. What was that clogging class that was happening?
Yeah, clogging is going on right now.
Class is happening again.
Yeah,
so.
it might actually be sumo wrestling today, but
the Blade HQ sumo wrestling class has begun. So if you hear some noises, there's people over there trying to push each other around on a mat. I haven't signed up for it yet.
Me either. Yeah, I think I missed.
I should probably consider it, but I got distracted. Oh yeah, my claim.
Yep, your claim to fame.
I don't know. What do you think? Do you think it is the best thumb stud action on the planet?
I 100% would put it in the top 5 without even overthinking it.
Yeah. So
it is the best, one of the best thumb stud detents that I've ever felt.
Yeah. I think I find there are a few knives that I find myself like playing with, just flicking it open and close as much as the Banter. I own one and I really enjoy it. So
honestly, I think a lot of companies could take note from that. It's a good one. It's really good.
So that's the WeKnife Banter. It comes in at $108.80. So not particularly very expensive for, you know, premium S35 VN blade, and just really high quality workmanship, high quality tolerances, all of that fun stuff from WeKnife. So check it out.
Heck yeah.
Before I get on to you though, one thing to note about We. So I was looking at kind of like what you guys have been buying that We makes. And I was actually really shocked and surprised. There's a ton of just pocket accessories that are purchased along with kind of the We knives in general, right? So We does a ton of just like pocket jewelry, pocket tools out of titanium. So for instance, this Prybar, it's kind of got like a nice milled pocket clip and a cool design. It goes for $48 on the website.
That thing is awesome.
This thing is really cool. I really like the pocket clip on the Pry Bar. It's pretty dope, and this colorway that it's like this worn bronzed colorway that they got going on. So you can get, you know, Pry Bars from We. You can get titanium pens from We. This is one that I found that's kind of cool. It's just this short stubby little thing. So kind of a cool pocket pen that We makes. That particular pocket pen goes for, that's the whistle, $24.99. And then I got a cool little whistle here. This
toot the whistle. Lightly toot it.
It works. That was pretty weak. But
that was a little weak, yeah. But you know.
Now we have to keep this one because I can't put it back in the box. But
that's okay.
This goes for $18.70. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, if you're looking for some cool titanium pocket jewelry or pocket accessories, check out We. They have a bunch of cool stuff. So
they do. You know what? Actually, I have a couple We knives, and I have their titanium beads that I put on a paracord lanyard.
That's another cool thing they make too. There's a bunch of beads. This is not an exhaustive list of their pocket accessories by any means,
right.
But go check out the website. You might be surprised at what you can find from WeKnife. That's not a knife. So,
my turn?
Your turn.
Oh yes, I've got the We Practic. Hiya! G10 liner lock. With that same blue anodization, it's got a milled titanium pocket clip. Now, that is reversible, but guess the steel. I'm not even gonna let you guess. It's Bowler M390.
I was gonna say, I already know. I looked at the spec sheet.
Bowler M390, guys. It is everything that you desire in a We knife with high quality materials. The blade is fantastic. It's a 3.3 inch blade, 7.5 overall inches, Bowler M390, G10 we already talked about, and it comes in just a little over 3 ounces. This is a sweet knife, and for $146, it could be yours if the price is right.
Yeah, like that's a pretty smoking deal for something that comes in M390. You know what I thought about that one before we started filming? That's like it's very similar in some aspects to the Elementum. It's almost like a super premium Elementum. It's slightly larger, but it has a lot of the same kind of design cues and material cues as the Elementum has.
And honestly, it really comes in the details. The milled pocket clip is huge. Like that, there's so much detail in that. It's got these little grooves cut out here with the jimping. The jimping isn't aggressive. It's like a nice, soft enough, bold enough jimping that you can still like really ramp it, but it's not gonna cut your finger off.
Yeah.
So, yes, the Practic from We. It's a good knife.
I agree. It's a popular one too.
Heck yeah.
Okay, I'm down to my last knife. I know you have one more.
I do.
I feel like I'm making a lot of bold claims on the We knife side in this video. I made a claim about like this having the best action when it comes to like a thumb actuated thumb stud knife. This is, I forgot, this has been out for a while. This is the We knife Ferrum Forge collaboration. It's called the Malice. This flame anodized titanium is the best titanium handles on a knife I have ever seen in my entire life.
That's a bold statement.
And maybe that's a personal thing. Obviously, you can have your own preferences too. But there's something about the way this looks and just the texture of the titanium. It's kind of got just a very slight bead blast to it. So it has a little bit of texture to it. It's not super smooth. The combination of those two things just do it for me. So this is the We Knife Ferrum Forge Malice. Comes in at 8.15 inches. It's got a 3.45 inch blade. It is a Bowler M390 blade, so you get a super premium blade steel there. In a drop point configuration, again, these beautiful, beautiful titanium handles, and it comes in at 6.1 ounces.
What a beauty.
What a beaut, man. When I first saw this knife, I mean, it was a while ago now, but when I first saw this knife, I was just like, eyes popping out of my head type thing.
Back up, Jack.
I want it. I'm not sure if this knife is for me, like just the knife as a whole in general, but there's something about this titanium that I just absolutely love. So that's the We Knife Ferrum Forge Malice, and want.
He is handling it with so much care, and even before we started, he's like, "Oh man, just titanium."
Like, they flame it anodized everything. Even the pocket clip is anodized that way, and everything is integrated just beautifully. The lock bar, you know how I am about just like a nice silky smooth lock bar. Oh, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Okay,
I have a beautiful knife. Are you ready for it?
Yes.
This is a We Knife Co. Isham Pleroma. It's a Pleroma, but designed by Isham. Now, he has a pretty particular style that he likes to go with.
Yeah.
A little more abstract, swoopy, droopy, and got these cutouts and stuff, gaps everywhere. I think he likes to have a unique design that you can see through, and you're constantly turning it, trying to see all the different angles. I really think that's what he's trying to accomplish here. So, the Pleroma, you got titanium and carbon fiber, Bowler M390, and you got thumb studs, and this has a liner lock with, I'm pretty sure that's titanium liner lock inside. And you got your milled pocket clip. It is reversible as far as I know. It looks like it could be reversible.
It looks like it. It's
But,
kind of hard to tell with some of Isham's designs.
Honestly, it's hard because, you know, you look for something like that and it looks like it should work. But I don't know. Maybe we should try it one day. 2.6 ounces. It's just really cool, guys. Like, there's all these little details, and the thumb stud and the gapping around the thumb stud. I feel like he's always pushing it to the next level. I would never use this as a hard work knife, but I'm sure it could be used as that.
You know, the knife is actually surprisingly utilitarian. I think actually Ben had one way back in the day. Well, not way back in the day, but back in the day, and he actually liked it a lot. But like, yeah, it seems fairly utilitarian, even though it seems kind of it's pushing its way into like the art knife category.
Right.
But like the action on that thing is fantastic.
Oh, it really is. It's amazing. Just like any of the other Wii and Civivis, it is buttery smooth. Now, with all the premium materials, you are going to have a price to pay. It does come in at $300. Like I said, with the sale, prices may vary. Check the website. But man, that's a cool knife.
It is a cool knife.
He designs some amazing pieces, that's for sure.
I like a lot of Isham's designs just because they're very interesting. Like the Eschaton. Remember the Eschaton?
Yep.
I'm not sure if that's still around, if we still making it or not. I do not know. But that was a super fun one. That was wild.
Yeah,
that thing was
was crazy.
But yeah, I always enjoy his designs. They're pretty sweet. All right. That time of the show again, Kurt.
That time.
This is my favorite time of the show. Which one are you taking home? There's a lot of nose-up action going on.
I think I'd go with the Ferrum Forge. The Wii Ferrum Forge. I'm stealing your take.
You can't do that.
I'm stealing your take. I'll go home with the whistle and the Isham, actually.
The whistle and the Isham?
Because I'm going to be blowing that whistle a lot.
Yeah. Again, we make some bunch of cool stuff that aren't knives, so if you're into that sort of thing, make sure you check that out. All right, so you got the Pleroma.
I got the Pleroma.
You were almost going to steal my pick.
I was going to, but then I was like, you know
down.
what? Let's just be honest. I need to give it to Jamie. And so I took the Pleroma because I don't have a knife like this. It's very unique. It's got very unique shape, size, colors, taste, smells.
Does it smell good?
It smells like metal.
Perfect. All right, I don't think there's any surprise, but like I said, I don't know if this particular design is for me, but I need this titanium in my life. So if I was to take one home right now, I would probably take the Malice home just for the fact that it has this crazy flame anodized titanium. I love it so much.
Oh, the handle's so smooth.
Yeah, and everything else is so smooth. So that's it. That's all your knives, right?
Yep, that's it.
Awesome. All right, guys. So again, make sure you check out the Wii Civivi holiday sale. If you're watching this, towards the release of this video, that's going on right now. Future you guys, I'm sorry, can't do anything about that. But thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. All right, guys, welcome to the end screen. Thanks so much for watching. If you're not already subscribed to Blade HQ's YouTube channel, hit that button right over there. If you want to check out some of these great Civivi and Wii knives, head on over to bladehq.com, and down below there's a sweet playlist with all sorts of fantastic knife content. We'll see you in the next one.